everybody, hello, welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys along with me to break down my paycheck and how I put it to work each week. In this video specifically, we're going to be going over one of my smaller paychecks. So in total, I get 4 paychecks out of the month, 2 of them from one job, 2 of them from another, 2 of them happen to be on the lower end and 2 of them happen to be on the higher end. And so this week specifically, I got one of my lower paychecks, and each week I aim to show you how I spend and save and how I put my system to work, and hopefully it inspires you on your financial journey. I recently started sharing my personal financial journey over on TikTok, and people have really taken a liking to it. So I thought it'd be really helpful to do more longer form videos over here on YouTube, and hope it inspires you and gives you some motivation and also some insight on how I do my process, and hopefully you can take something away from that. First things first, I do want to say that I work 2 jobs on top of having a small business, so I do make a little bit more income than a lot of people, and I do want to highlight that. But I also work a lot, and so throughout this financial journey you will see that I make quite a bit of income, but I also work a lot of hours. On TikTok I've already spoken a lot about this, and I will link those videos down below if you're interested. But to save time for this video, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I'll be showing you how I take out cash to stuff my cash binder. I'm also going to show you how I electronically save my money, and also how I spend my money on bills and things personally. All right, now we're going to flash back to a couple days ago when I picked up some cash and also went to Target for a pickup order, and then I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit to go ahead and break down the budget for this week. Hello friends, I am on my way to pick up some cash to finish a challenge in my cash binder. I'm so excited. I've already finished some challenges, but this is like the first challenge with cash that I'm finishing, so I'm really excited. Electronic cash is like fake money, you know it's there, but it's like you can't touch it. But cash, it just feels so good to count it and like just check off your little mark. We're gonna go to the bank and grab $110 for the cash stuffer, and then I also give myself a little bit of money to spend on myself just for like some fun, and then also for like home and me needs. So we're going to the bank and to Target. So forgot to mention that I got paid yesterday. It was my 3rd paycheck of the month. Aside from what I get paid on my website, these are just like my salaried payments. I get 4 salaried payments out the month, and it's 2 of my higher paychecks and 2 of my lower ones. So this one is a bit of a stretch, and we will talk about that later when I break it down for you all. Does anyone else kind of forget their PIN sometimes? Okay, I just got to Target, so I'm about to go inside, but I got the cash, and we are going to be cash stuffing as soon as I get home. So my pro tip, get the cash right away before you start spending anything from your paycheck, trying to save like anything, like literally go get the cash. First thing you need to do, put it in a safe place, and then you can go out and do what you need to do. But don't spend or touch anything until you got the money that you're trying to use for savings or pay off your debt. Is this not the most nostalgic thing? You guys know I'm a sucker for a frozen Coke. I remember when Target used to have like the popcorn stands and the hot dogs and the ices. They don't have that anymore. Anyways, this Target feels very nostalgic, so I'm gonna go inside, grab my order, and head out. I'm picking up an order. Jeremy.
I got you. I'll get you in a second.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we got our cart. Show you a little bit of my haul when I get to my home parking lot, because I don't want anybody to take my parking spot because it's Friday, and yeah, we need a good parking spot. So here's what I bought. So I like to buy toilet paper in bulk, not always from like a Costco or Sam's Club. I like to look for the deal. So I typically buy from Walmart, typically buy the 12 pack, and it's pretty affordable. I buy like the 𝐩𝐚𝐲𝐝 brand, but I saw this one, and so calculating from the brand that I typically buy compared to the 76 rolls from this, I ended up saving like 20 or 30 bucks buying this instead, on top of getting money back. Now let's bring these bags upstairs, let's put the stuff away, grab our cash, and let's get to cash stuffing and break down this budget. Hey friends, so I'm back, and we're gonna go ahead and break down what I do each week to plan for my paycheck. So you wanna make sure that every dollar has a job. I learned this terminology from people that I watch on TikTok and YouTube. Basically what it means is that every dollar in your paycheck that you get can go somewhere. Whatever it is, you wanna make sure that you plan that in your budget, so that way you're not just wasting money unintentionally. For me, I do this kind of like in a very intense process. You do not have to follow my process whatsoever, but I'm a Virgo. I don't know what that means, but basically I really like to have processes set in place. I write down how much I'm gonna get on my paycheck. I write down how many bills I have to pay, how much those bills are. I also write how much debt I owe, and like how much I would potentially like to pay from this paycheck on those credit cards. I also write down how much like savings goals I have. So once I do all of this, I write down the outcomes. So like I come back to this notebook and write down like what happened, how it happened, how much I have saved, how much I have left to pay, so on and so forth. And then I also have a tracking system that I created, like a little spreadsheet. I just created this very simple tracker to track my bills, how much I'm spending on my debt, how much I have left to pay, and how much I'm also saving each month, and how much I have to go for these goals, or like how much left to save basically. So for this week, I actually ended up spending $644.27 on my bills. So I paid my insurance, which was $110.27. My light bill, which was $227. This is the most expensive light bill I've had all year, all since last year. And it's because we had a snowstorm and the system here, the grid is just not made for it, and so the bill was intense. I also have to pay taxes. On top of that, I also have to plan out how much I'm going to be paying towards my credit card debt. I really wanted to pay off my lowest credit card, which was $636, just so I can pay that off, because I had to pay other bills, and I also wanted to make sure I saved at least $1,000 this week. I just could not, because this paycheck is, again, one of my lower paychecks. In total though, before I got paid this week, I owed $9,235.31 in credit card debt. So I actually wanted to make sure I pay off a little bit to get me to the $8,000. So instead of paying off my credit card, I went ahead and paid a little bit more than normal, and instead split that money that I could have used to pay a big chunk of it and split it amongst each credit card to kind of beat the interest and just lower the amounts on all of them, just to help my credit score go a little bit up. I paid $49.51 on my lowest one, $104.90 on the second one, $99.99 on the third one. On my Amex, I paid $154.97. So in total this week I spent $409.37. And so in total I actually paid $509.37, but for this week's paycheck I paid $409.37. I now currently have to pay $8,930.90, and it feels so nice, friends, to see that drop from the 9 to the 8. Now, as I mentioned, it's always best to pay yourself first, but the way I've set up my system is on the left side is the debt payoff, so that's why I went through that first. After that, we're gonna go ahead and break down the savings. So for this week, I saved $1,000.22 that I automated from my paycheck to go directly to my high yield savings account in Capital One, and I also took out $110 to stuff my cash binder, which you will be seeing in just a little bit. And then I also got 2 sales actually. I sold some of my lunar calendars and some other stuff, and so I actually made a little bit of a profit of $65, and so I'm going to go ahead and transfer that to my savings account as well. So in total this week I saved $1175.22, which brings the amount that I have to save left to $17,272.78. Feels so nice to see it go from $20,000 to now $17,000. Like, we're getting there, we're getting close. In total, I have about $2,662.22 saved. I think it might be a little bit more. This spreadsheet doesn't account for all of the savings that I have so far. This is just for February. So February, I have saved $2,557.22, and I also have one more week to go. So we'll revisit this at the end of the month. So like I mentioned, today's the third paycheck of the month. So for this portion of the video, we're gonna be cash stuffing. So I'm gonna show you what I use and how much I put into my cash stuffer. So let's jump right into it. First things first, we have our new handy dandy calculator. I bought this because saving money can be very stressful, and so having cute little things like this and cute little budget systems helps you save and just kind of get excited in order to do it. I'll link this down below. I also use these pens that my mom got me, so I use this to color my book as I'm saving cash, and I also like to use this to write in a notebook to plan out my budget before I put it electronically into my notes app on my computer. It's part of my system, and it's really nice to just have, again, fun tools that you can use to help motivate you while you're saving. We have our $10,000 savings challenge book. This is by Budget Saving Blog, and basically in here there's a bunch of different challenges that you can do monthly throughout the year, or however quick you would like to do it. I'm doing mine basically in like 3 to 4 months, so I'm using this challenge to save in cash as well as electronically, and today we're going to be using a challenge from here to complete for the month of February. And then last but not least, we have the budget binder. I honestly would have loved a black one, but she only has these colors. You don't need to buy this one specifically. You can buy literally anything you would like. Buy envelopes. You can buy something like this off Amazon. You can follow somebody on Instagram or TikTok that sells these things. I will link her link down below. This is not an ad. I don't get paid for this. I just really enjoy her videos, and so I decided to support her as a fellow Latino. That being said, this is the budget binder that I use, and inside a bunch of budget sheets, and so you can write however many things you would like as you're like saving money. I have my main one where I write down basically all the money that I save with all my challenges to keep a total of how much I have in the binder. And I also have individual sheets for each challenges. And then of course you have the actual envelopes themselves. She went ahead and labeled them. You can literally again do this in white envelopes and just write it in pen or Sharpie. You can order these off Amazon, however you would like to, but again, I just really liked how she basically does all the work for you. For this video, we're going to be completing the smallest, easiest challenge, which is $250. Of course, the last thing you're going to need is some cash. You can do this in cash or you can do this electronically. You can also save it in cash for the month and then put it in your bank account electronically. However you would like to do it. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and save this cash today, so let's get started. The first challenge that I started when I started this system was the $250 challenge. I had some family emergencies in January, so I had to put a pause on all my savings, but it's February, we're back to saving, so we're gonna go ahead and complete this one right here. First things first, let's go ahead and calculate how much money we have saved already. All right, so my favorite thing honestly is to take cash out of here and count it, but also put cash in. It's so fun. So let's go ahead and separate these by categories. So we have our dollar bills, our Washingtons, our Lincolns, and then we also got our 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. We have our Lincolns, 5, 10. And then we have our Washington. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Total, I have saved $252 towards my easiest savings challenge. $252 looks like, and we have completed the challenge. We're going to go ahead and put this in here. I don't know if you can hear that with the ASMR. It's so good. Definitely chose the wrong orange from this color, but that's okay. Other thing I wanted to mention, that while you're doing these challenges or like any challenges you do, you can always do like pictures like this where it's like $2 bills. Color in half of one if you only saved half of $7, or like $4, and then you're gonna add the rest next week. Whatever you want to do. You don't have to do it as fast as everyone else. I'm doing mine a little bit quicker because I want to buy a house this year at some point. And so before the summer is over, I definitely want to have my savings goal saved. Then again, if you have different goals than me, you can go as fast as you would like, as slow as you would like, longer than a month if you would like to. Whatever works for you and your budget, do that. Video went ahead and saved $250 in my cash stuffer. I'm going to go ahead and fill this out as well, just to make sure I keep track of how much I have saved so far. But I also want to go into this challenge sheet as well and just put down the $252. I'm just going to write challenge complete. So in total in my budget binder, I have $1662. Then I also added 1,022. And so far for this month and towards my savings, I have saved $2,662.22. All right, friends, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that this video inspired you some way, somehow, and that you take something from it. Again, I work a lot of hours. I work a lot in this system of like budgeting and like saving. It's a lot of effort, a lot of tiredness, a lot of bags under my eyes, but it's also very rewarding to see my savings increase each week, as well as my debt payment decreasing. And it's not easy, but I hope that this video and my many other videos inspires you. I'm trying to do this weekly. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like keep up with it each week, but I think for the most part I definitely want to, because you know I have a debt that I'm paying off and I really want you guys all to see when it's at zero or like $1,000 left. And then also I'm trying to achieve a $20,000 savings electronically, and then also some in cash. And so I really want you guys to achieve those goals with me. So if you're interested in those videos, let me know down below. Subscribe to the channel and I will bring you guys along this financial journey with me. Be sure to check out my website. I'm also an artist. I forgot to mention that in this video. I sell like my illustrations and different products on my website, so definitely check that out and support a small business owner. And I will see you all very soon. I hope this inspired you some way, somehow in your financial journey. And again, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out. I will see you in the next one. Take care and be a good person to yourself and to others. We'll talk soon.